So we, as you all know, we've kind of been in a bit of a circle, and we as council have a statement to make. And I don't know that we're gonna make an emotion, right?
No.
Yes, we are.
We're making it a motion?
Well,
Yeah.
because yes, we are. So, in light of the current situation, the council understands, in fact, I'll stand up so you can hear me. The council understands and accepts that we made a procedural error in the appointment of the mayor and takes responsibility for those actions. However, because the election in November is just 2 months away, and to move forward with the business of the city, no action will be taken to step back and change the outcome of those actions. This motion is meant to acknowledge to the public our error, uphold the authority of the charter, and move us forward with the important business the city needs to attend to. Do I hear a second?
Gary,
I second the motion.
it's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Okay, call for the vote.
Councilor Gobelman,
Aye.
Mayor Rowland,
Aye.
Councilor McMillan,
Aye.
Councilor Corkum,
Aye.
Councilor Holston,
Aye.
Councilor Carl,
Aye.
Motion passes. Anyone else have any comment?
Yeah,
Gary?
that's Councilor Carl.
Excuse me, Councilor Collins.
So, we have these minutes, and, I guess I said it, I don't know, I don't remember saying it, but I misspoke if I did say it. In the recording, it reflects that I said, I would be in favor of incurring costs on behalf of the city for you to respond to your legal issues, your legal questions. And I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that you call our lawyer and we're gonna pay for it. I meant just the opposite. But somehow the recording picked it up and so what I said was the attorney does not talk for free. It would depend on the nature of the question. As a member of the council, I would not be willing to incur costs on behalf of the city to respond to your legal questions. If it was a personal matter, you would have to talk to your own attorney. That's what I thought I said, but that's not what the tape picked up. So I'd like to revise that. If somebody doesn't want to allow it.
It is, it's written right here.
Yeah.
Oh, they did clarify it already? Okay, thank you for correcting that.
Clarification, please.
Okay. Any other comments? Kathy?
Yeah, Trudy, I also read or heard that piece by Ben Sachs, and was duly impressed with it, as well as immediately made the connection, as I did, as I think a lot of people did. He had a lot to say, and so thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention. Regaining authority is an important part of our council, and we have to do that and exercise that. Stephen, I'm going to direct you to Louis because there is a complaint process, and I believe you put that in.
The complaint is on the,
Yeah,
so it's council's responsibility.
so-
We have not seen that,
Okay,
so
That's what he said.
30
I
days.
think he was asking for clarification if we did. I know
You
I
should be
have.
concerned, ma'am, you should be concerned that you haven't seen it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. And Dawn, no, so someone also mentioned, the charter and whether or not we should review it. Trudy, I think you said that. And, that is on all the council's mind, and we know that it is something that's gonna have to happen. It isn't something that can happen before the election, because it is gonna take a process to do. It has to be done carefully and with a citizen's review, and step by step. But yes, I just wanna assure you that it is something that has to be done.
Can I speak to the codification piece that we're going
Yes.
through? So, Ms. Kenyon, in regards to the, so, if you look this way, this is the closest thing to the policy manual that was codified back in 2005. We just started the process of trying to bring in all the bits and pieces that you mentioned. So we're bringing all those bits and pieces into this so that we can go and get a vendor so that we can catch everything up. So basically, we're 13 years behind on catching this up. And yes, we have pieces all over the place that, yes, need to be put in one place. So we agree with you, okay, that we need to do that. And yes, you're right, we have a lot of pieces that need to be taken care of. And the council's headed to the League of Oregon Cities at the end of the month. And that's a good opportunity for us to look at about 3 or 4 different vendors that do this so that we can select some quotes so we can get this done. And it's gonna be a process, and we hope to have some citizens on the administrative committee to help us do this. Did that cover on the codification?
Yeah, and I think we also were gonna look at how many ordinances we have that need to be placed in there, that haven't been added in, to see, you know, how much we can do ourselves, as well as there is a process for codification. It sounds like you're fishing, but codification, to make the wording correct and match with all the others. So that's what that process is about.
Is that book that you're referring to a policy book or an ordinance book?
So the ordinances were turned into code. So basically the code is the policy we follow. So the words, the semantics, so our code is what we follow as our authority to do stuff. Okay, so
So yeah.
yes, code, policy, yes, that's what we follow. That's what our authority comes from is all the ordinances. Basically, the ordinances are the policies. So,
Right, but it seems like there's a lot of things that have come up in different council meetings that would have nothing to do with an actual ordinance, but rather just a plain policy.
right,
Like, for example, that complaint policy up there on the wall
correct.
is a policy. I wouldn't call that an ordinance.
No,
Nor
so
was it made into an ordinance. An ordinance is always voted upon and has a formal life.
Yeah, but there's a lot of policies that have been voted on for like the different groups that you're trying to,
right.
the administration one you guys voted on recently. That'd be a policy, not an ordinance, right?
Right, resolutions, so.
Resolution.
Are considered rules. So, you're right, it's a, if you have time, you can sit with Counselor Nichols and I, and we can break it down, and I just broke it down with her a little bit, and it's a long list to get to this, so yes, we know we gotta fix this.
All right.
So any addition, corrections, or adjustments to the agenda, except for the one that already been made? Kathy?
Well, I don't have additions and corrections or adjustments to this agenda, but when we bring up the consent agenda, I do.
Okay. Okay, consent agenda? Is everybody read that? Kathy?
So I move that we accept the consent agenda as given.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Kathy?
So I would like to request that on page 2, right before mayor and council comments, there is a section that talks, the last paragraph talks about the address by Susan LeDuc. And the last sentence, as she attempted to read her statement, she was interrupted by both Councilor Holston and Councilor Carl. Those interruptions were denied by the mayor. Those were not interruptions, they were parliamentary procedure, and I called, I called out point of order. I'd like that to be accurately reflected, that this was a point of order and that I just didn't interrupt. Although it happened.
Have you got those changes, Jackie? Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? Okay, call for